Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Commodity TV here in our studios in Munich, and with me here is my pleasure and my honor, Mike McAllister, the Senior Vice President Corporate Development of Sierra Metals. You remember Sierra Metals, the producer producing from 2 mines in Mexico and 1 in Peru. They are producing base metals like copper, zinc and lead, and also precious metals like silver and gold. And yeah, we like the company a lot as they are producing the future e-mobility metals we need really, and also as for example for solar panels the silver is more and more needed, and we want to get an update. Mike, good morning.
Good morning.
Great to have you here.
Thank you.
I think first let's talk about some numbers, because you are a producer, you are a $500 million market cap and you are making money. How was the first 6 months?
First 6 months were very good. We've actually surpassed our entire EBITDA for last year, producing $43 million in EBITDA in the first 6 months versus $42 million for all of 2016.
Fantastic, fantastic. And you can keep the pace for the rest of the year?
Yeah, things are going very well at the mines. We've actually done a lot of work this year. We completed our turnaround at Yauricocha that we had been working on essentially, and now we're working on one at Mexico, you know, improving our recoveries, improving our production, and you know, our revenues are going to do very well. Metal prices are strong. You know, we see copper holding out, and we're very bullish on that in the future. Zinc has done terrific this year. So yeah, we're going to have a good year.
And I think you brought also down your AISC costs, right?
We did. From last year at Yauricocha, we were producing silver for $13.60 AISC, and now we're down to $10.60. And at Bolivar, we went from about $2 down to $1.89.
89, I think it was. Yes. Yeah, great. Well, I mean, the copper is around the 315, 320 level. I would say that's a healthy margin.
It is.
Yeah. You also did a lot of drilling. I think you had some good success this year already. Maybe you can comment a bit on that. And also, I think you had this week already good success.
Sure, yeah. So this year we embarked on an 83,000 meter drill program, which is quite significant. We spent $20 million on exploration this year. And we actually have had new discoveries at all of the mines, including Esperanza, where we actually just put out our recent resource and reserve update, and we increased our reserves by 134%. So that's a very large increase in the reserves to 8.9 million tons. So we're thrilled. Wow,
that's fantastic. What is then the life of the mine then with that reserve?
It essentially doubles more than doubles the life of the mine. So right now the mine had been at 4.3 years, so probably closer to 9 years now.
Wow, I mean that is really outstanding and should give you a nice re-rating, I would say.
I hope so.
Yeah. Great, great. So what are your, let's say, your next plans, let's say for the until the end of the year and also for next year? So I think you are still doing a lot of brownfield exploration, right? And underground drilling, of course. You have, I think it's almost 330,000 meters drilling you are planning from, let's say, November next year until 2022. And before that, you want to do 163,000, if I'm correct. So that's 500,000 meters almost.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's a lot of brownfield drilling, and that's the great thing about this project. There's a lot of opportunity, and this the drilling that we're going to be doing this year, again, is brownfield drilling. We know where the targets are. We actually did a Titan 24 survey, which gave us a lot more targets at both Bolivar and at Yauricocha. And Cusi, we continue to extend out the Santa Rosa de Lima zone. So we have a lot of opportunity here to continue to grow the targets and further potentially increase production down the road.
Fantastic. Yeah, increased production down the road, that's one of my topics also, because I mean, with that increased reserve life on the one hand, then you have much more resources also, and I think you want to bring up the tonnage per day also on all the 3 mines, right? Maybe you can comment a bit on your production plans for the future. I mean, you have already great production, but where do you want to be, let's say, in 2-3 years?
Okay, so we'll start with Yauricocha. Yauricocha currently is producing at about 3,000 tons per day, but there's no reason this mine can't go to 4,000 or 5,000 tons per day down the road. You know, with the increased resources that we're seeing, we need to expand the up to 4,000 tons. Not too much work. Getting to 5,000 tons, we need to add more capacity at the mill, more crushing, another flotation circuit, some other work there. So very similar at Bolivar. We're going to be pushing a lot of tons through there, so we want to move that mine to 4,000 to 5,000 tons per day as well. Again, not too much work in the earlier days at the mill, but as it gets towards the higher end, we need to add again some crushing and some another flotation circuit.
Yeah. Can you finance it out of cash flow, or maybe you have to raise some money?
We will likely. What we're doing now is, as soon as we finish the 43 industry 101 statements for all 3 mines that we're going to have out this year. We're actually going to produce feasibility and engineering studies that will help us to understand exactly how much it's going to cost and what the exact size of the increases will be going forward. So probably end of the second quarter, beginning of the third quarter, we'll come to the market with those numbers to explain what that's going to look like and how much bigger it's actually going to be.
Perfect, but I think it shouldn't be any issue because, I mean, with that EBITDA you have already, and probably next year it will be even more because you raise the production, shouldn't be any problem here about what I see. QC was the baby of the company. Now the baby is growing up.
The baby is growing up. We actually, through our brownfield programs this year, had a significant discovery called the Santa Rosa de Lima zone. We worked on an area that was 700 meters by 400 meters, and we're going to be coming out with an updated resource on that, probably I'd say mid to end of November. And you're going to see a significant increase there. And we actually think that we can probably expand out that mill from 600 tons per day. We're looking at around 2,000 tons per day. Again, the feasibility studies will tell us for sure, but it's
but that's the game plan, I would call it.
Exactly.
Like
yeah, and
you
so
triple the production, like.
Exactly, and since then we've already through step out drilling extended that to now 1.7 kilometers from 700 meters. So we have a lot of success there, and we have a large strike of that Kusi fault on our property. So there's a lot of potential.
That's right. I think the fault is like 12 kilometers on your property,
yeah,
right?
It's 64 kilometers long in total, and 12 of it sits on our property.
And you have already 1.7, so hopefully you have another 1.7, 1.7. That would be great.
That'd be great.
But that's but that means you can increase the production and you have enough ore.
Yes.
To do it.
Yes.
Yeah. Great. Last question. I mean, financially, you are in great shape. You have $31 million in the bank. For the first 6 months. And can investors, if you look when they look at your company, maybe think about in the future about some dividends?
They can think about dividends in the future. We have paid $10 million in dividends in the past, and we wouldn't be opposed to paying that again. Obviously, we have a bit of a cash lay coming with the expansions to the mills and to the mines. But once we're cash flowing at a greater level without the spend, definitely the board and the management team would like to get back to paying.
So when you have finished your second phase of the homework, you are able to pay dividends because that's what people love. I know that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Super.
That helps.
Great, Mike. Thank you very much for the update. Fantastic. Things look quite good and quite well, and keep it going, I would say.
Great, thank you.
Thank you very
for
much.
having me.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mike McAllister, the Senior Vice President, Corporate Development of Sierra Metals, and you heard it. Things are going extremely well, and the reserve life for Yauricocha is now at closer to 8.5, 9 years already. A big increase here. This is really sensational. It also confirms that the underground teams, the drilling teams, are doing a fantastic job here. And I would say the company has done their homework, well managed, and they want to triple the production at least at QC within the next 12 to 18 months. And EBITDA is already more than the whole 2016. I think this also shows that the company has done a great job and conditionally, financially is in a very, very solid position. So check it out. Thanks for watching us. Bye-bye from Munich.